Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your resident tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Now, as we prepare to say farewell to the Gurren Lagann collaboration, which, as a friendly reminder, will be sticking around for just one more week, or at least the banners will be before it does officially bid farewell. So if you've been waiting until the last chance to get the models, this is your last shot before they disappear. But as we say farewell to that and into the official celebrations leading up to Medarot Day 2025, things are most certainly going to amp up to make it a very exciting celebration over the next couple of weeks, and might I say even the next two to 3 weeks instead of simply 2 weeks to the end of the month. We have lots of banners dropping, one brand new model, and a lot of brand new surprises that are actually going to be going live at the same time this week as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what was officially announced for this week, starting with the gacha banners and who to expect in this week's lineup. And boy, oh boy, are there going to be a lot of banners this week. But let's go ahead and start with the most popular that will be spearheading this coming week, starting up from Medarot Day 2025. The first of which, kind of falling in the same trend we had a number of weeks ago before the Gurren Lagann collaboration with Medamoon, this time around we'll be seeing SUN0 Meta Sun officially join Medarot S, with a kit of Meteor Beam, Flame, Double Fire, biped legs, and the leg ability of Combustion. Now, in comparison to Medamoon, who focus heavily on healing and rear support, Meta Sun is a perfect self-sufficient fire starter between Flame and Double Fire, pairing very, very nicely with Combustion. But the brand new skill of Meteor Beam that's introducing only makes things even hotter for what Meta Sun brings to the table, essentially fusing the mix between Meteor, which is a gunpowder skill with damage plus if the user remains on fire, but also with the effect and attributes of a beam and optic attribute skill, so for even more packed on damage as time goes on. So very, very exciting to see what Meta Sun is going to be bringing to the table, especially for female teams specifically, where things like Combustion or even Flame to a point are a little harder to find. So Meta Sun's definitely going to be shining a lot of bright lights in places that originally had a lot of trouble with female teams. Now, with the boosted rates that are going up alongside Meta Sun are a couple of other equally as powerful fire starters known for equally as bright, shining lights that they are for various reasons. One of which, and fairly obvious for his role as the prominence, that is KBT-04 Arcbeetle, with Hyper Beam, Power Rifle, Mega Gatling, Biped Legs, and G-Loader. It's also worth noting that Arcbeetle also got tune-up treatment a number of years ago, fairly early after the mechanic first dropped into the game, so it only makes Arcbeetle a lot easier to use and a whole lot more powerful once he's officially on the field, ranging from boosted damage plus on his Power Rifle and Mega Gatling, boosted speed and success boost to G-Loader, and, even more importantly, the ability to fire the Power of the Sun and the Pillar of Fire Prominence twice. That alone already makes Arcbeetle a very heavy contender for any enemies he chooses to go up against. Alongside Arcbeetle, we also have for another boosted rate APN-0 Iliaco Force with Hyper Laser, Static, Power Sword, Biped Legs, and Brilliance. Now, in contrast to Arcbeetle, which kind of needs a little time to build up charge, especially between G-Loader and Hyper Beam, Iliaco Force is a little more readily usable right out of the box, with Static being able to shred through any shield or high bulk that it comes in contact with, and Power Sword cutting down anything in between, ranging between him, Arcbeetle, or even Meta Sun if you choose to go after her. You will most certainly have the power of the sun on your side in any kind of capacity you choose to go after, no matter which team you put them on. Now, these are not the only banners that are going up this week, though, for Meta Sun. We have a lot, and I mean truly, a lot of banners going up this week, and boy, oh boy, is it going to be exciting for what's incoming this week to hype up for Medarot Day 2025. For those that were out of the loop or missed them the first couple times they were around, they are officially rerunning the anime tie-in collaboration bot with an Ultimate Grand Slam, starting this week and ending on the 4th of December next month. So that's about 3 weeks that these models are going to be up and running for anyone that missed them the first time or wants to try their hand at collecting anything that they missed. Just to go over those kits briefly, KBT-01A Metabee A is Missile A, Rifle A, Gatling A, Biped Legs, and Battle Master. Rokusho features Radar Sight A, Sword A, Hammer A, and Voltage. Smilodon A in the second run features Shoot Trap A, Claw A, Hammer A2, Biped Legs, and Stub. Warbonnet features Heater Plant A, Rifle A, Gatling A, and Clincher. And in the third run, Blackbeetle A features Missile A2, Rifle A2, Gatling A2, and Leadfoot. And as the only model of the collaboration models that can meta change, Blackbeetle A also features Hyper Missile A, Rifle and Gatling A2, and Tank Legs with Unshakable. So if you are already missing out, or maybe perhaps joined late and missed out on these models, this will be a fantastic opportunity for you to pick up some really powerful models right from square one. And I really don't even have to go into detail as to why these models are so good. Metabee and Rokusho you see extremely common in current competitive meta. Smilodon A as well for Shoot Trap A if you do need it. Warbonnet is probably going to be a nice mix and tie between him and Metabee A. So essentially between those two, it'll be kind of a whoever you choose to go after or based on preference. And Blackbeetle A features a lot of extraordinarily powerful parts, especially for female teams that you can't possibly go wrong with either. So yeah, as a friendly reminder, and once again, these 5 banners will be going up and staying up for the next 3 weeks going forward. So you have plenty of time to go after them if there was perhaps a model or two that you missed. Or if you're still brand new and need some iconic faces, this is going to be the week for you. Now, each of these banners also features their own set of boosted rates as well, and honestly, like I said, it makes for a lot of boosted rates and a lot of banners this week. So ultimately, I'm going to kind of crunch it down and make it just a little easy to understand and digest going forward. But essentially, they're pairing off the boosted rates for each of the tie-in collab models with a set of 2 from the Crafty and Twisty mode models that were featured through the course of this past year and a half. Also tying in with the Damashi and anime tie-ins. So for the Metabee and Rokusho banners, there'll be a boosted rate on Saikachi C and Dorcas C. Those two specifically feature Missile C, Rifle C, Gatling C, and Momentum, with Meta Sprayer, Railgun, Max Vulcan, and Blowbeat for Sai C. And Dorcas C is Radar Sight, Sword, and Hammer C, with Lightweight Legs and Biped, who also features Meta Shears, Jet Blow, Jet Hammer, Float Legs, and High Fly. On the Warbonnet and Smilodon banners, they'll be featuring Unitress C with Heater PC, Rifle, and Gatling C, and Supporter, who also features Meta Rose, Power Napalm, Giga Gatling, and Assault. And Excise C with Shoot Trap C, Claw C, Hammer C, and Trapper, with Meta Break, Sujigiri, Punishment, and Bloodstain. Lastly, the anime Blackbeetle banner will feature Arc BDT with Laser, Rifle, and Gatling T and Sparkle, and Master Beam, Longshot, Shotgun, and Auto Charge, alongside Tyrell BT with Desperate, Beams, and Double Beam Sword T, and Stand Form with Master Thunder, Blow Away, Revenge Sword, and Detect. So ultimately, this is going to be an extremely heavy banner week. So I really hope you've been saving on those rubies through the Gurren Lagann collab if none of them particularly appealed to you, or if you got lucky and collected a handful of them over the course of the last year and a half or so that they cycle them around. This might be a really good opportunity to kind of rest and recoup a little bit. But no matter which of the anime models you choose to go after, you most certainly will not possibly go wrong with any of the wonderful and exceptionally powerful skills that each of them brings to the table. Now, alongside the anime bots, that isn't the only surprise they have for us this week, alongside a handful of yet more fun things that they have in store. For Fierce Battles we have this week, you'll notice 3 brand new faces that are going to be joining the Fierce Battle pool going forward. And these 3 models have been either previously teased or previously enemy NPC only. And boy, is it going to be exciting to see these faces. Starting us up on that top row, we have DHN0 Dulla Horse with Stat Cleanse, Sword, Guard Boost, Multi-Legs, and Hidden. GHT0 Misty Ghost with Guard 500, Double Guard 300, Float Legs, and Hoplite, and BEE0 Propolis with Triple Bug, Flight Legs, and Spearhead. So just between these three alone, it is fantastic to see some familiar faces from the olden days finally make their debut in Meta S, or officially be playable for players to collect. On the bottom row, featuring more familiar faces we've seen in the cycle a number of times, we have CCD-0 Semi-Cicade with Melee Trap, Double Break, Flight Legs, and Nest, HNT-01 Queen Vespa with Heater Plant, Double Static, Float Legs, and Extra Magazine, and LVB-03 Ptolemy with Scope, Rifle, Gatling, Biped Legs, and Gunman. Now, I really don't have to go into any reason why all these models are fairly solid, especially from a coverage standpoint. Ptolemy is mostly good for your female coverage for conventional shooting, Semi-Cicade also for your heavy punish, and even melee coverage to a point, and Queen Vespa also is fairly solid for static if you want to cut down any high-end shields. But going between all the three new bots that are going live this week and joining the pool, we have a number of fantastic skills between the three of them. Free stat cleanse basically with Dolahorse, even if it is a little funny looking, does give us a lot of wonderful opportunities there to keep ailments off our tail with basically a non-heavy guard boost at that. Misty Ghost is fantastic for user-friendly and beginner-friendly defense coverage. What he lacks in offense, he makes up for with superb defense capabilities, and Propolis for your high-speed bug for imminent turn skipping. Ultimately, I do have to give MVP of the week to Misty Ghost in this respect, though, not in the sense he's new, but in the sense that he does offer fantastic defensive support while he's on the field in any team he's put on. Now, tying back to the anime tie-in, though, we are also getting reruns of the tie-in Medarotters for a limited time and what each of them are bringing to the table. To save time, I will not go over all the skills that they do offer, but it is worth noting that Karen and Kuji are in the permanent Medarotters pool anyway, so those two aren't necessarily making a comeback, but between Victor, Ginkai, Yuzuru, Cam, and Nai, there's a lot of fantastic models that all of them are skills that they are all bringing to the table. These also will be sticking around until the 4th of December, so about 3 weeks or so, in the case that you did end up missing on any of them. For events going forward, though, it's going to be very, very busy over the next week and a half, 2 weeks, because they're not dropping just one event, but they're rerunning all 4 of the previous anime tie-in events between the original OG anime and Medarot Damashi on top of that. But specifically, if you want to go after any of the higher end rewards, aside from farming all of them, but challenging Victor and Warbonnet in the OG anime event will feature GOG Goryango and NTB TP as your event reward reruns, with Goryango featuring Hammer, Double Power Hammer, Wheeled Legs, and Heavy Arms, and TP with Triple Melt, Biped Legs, and Straight. We can also have a chance to re-earn the Boy Medal, which is a Sniper Nature medal, with a mastery in melee, shooting, and defense, and legs of Biped, Multi, and C, and of course limited anime library images, profile banners, gacha tickets, and more. So like I said, this is going to be an extremely busy week over the next couple weeks or so, with all of this stuff dropping all at once. Now, the event specifically will range between boss fight, score attack, and tickets, so please build your teams accordingly per event. I'm not going to give you any specific suggestions, just essentially challenge the event, see which ones offer you bonus, and essentially play it by ear from there. On top of that, we also have the anime tie-in Super Invasions and Marathon Survival challenges also making a comeback for anyone that did miss them the first time. Compared to previous collaboration Super Invasions, these actually feature a handful of specialized rules, so you will have to pay attention to these specifically if you want to come out on top. Do consult the Super Invasion guide in the link to the Google Drive in the comments below to see all those rules, and just kind of search them up from there. For the Marathon Survival, that is essentially a much more, I don't want to say advanced game mode, but still very fun all the same. Essentially, for every round completed, all the parts you use are added to a banned list, and you cannot use them again until reaching a checkpoint. This essentially is a check to make sure that you've been paying attention to raising other things, or even see how flexible you are with using things that you probably may not use on the regular too often. So very good to hold on to all the same, and especially for raising up all of those ruby stocks that everyone burned through the course of the Gurren Lagann collaboration. For Meta Survivor, it is going to be fairly quiet this week, but we do see the introduction of SWA0 Megalophilos, which was the previous Stage 30 event boss in the Meta Survivor game thus far, designed by Juki Izumo. The Megalophilos specifically features a very heavy emphasis on power and armor boost, so it makes it a very well-rounded and user-friendly, synergetic passive build, more than something you might possibly see on any field. But its lasers are exceptionally powerful, though, and are worth using all the same. That being said, Megalophilos will also feature a reset and refresh of any events currently in-game, so if you are currently staying up to date with that, do stay tuned when you log in, and best of luck going after Megalophilos yourself. Moving on to community-based stuff to kind of keep us trucking along. As always, we are still looking for translators to assist with any of our ongoing projects or endeavors, such as the Medarot 4 or the Medarot Loaded or Reloaded or any of the manga projects in general. If you are knowledgeable in coding or cleaning or Japanese and have some time on your hands, or if you know somebody that might be, we would absolutely love to have you guys reach out to us and coordinate. Whether you can help us with cleaning, with translating, or anything else of the like, any help is appreciated. Alternatively, you can also donate to the cause with a link to various crowdfunding in the comments below, where we can commission some of those extra lines of text to be translated. This will make life just a little bit easier on the translators, so all they have to do is focus more heavily on cleaning and typesetting, which takes a lot of the load off them and allows progress to move just a little bit faster than it was before. One final reminder, I am also on Card if you'd like to reach out to me for any particular art commissions or collaborations or anything else like. That is the best place you can reach out to me for anywhere else. There is a link here. I do provide it in the comments below as well if you want to reach out to me. This is the best place you can find all of my commission services for live 2D models, regular art, my new VTuber 64 commissions I've just opened up over the last couple weeks. This is the best place you can see it and get a hold of me at any of my socials. But that basically covers everything for this week's episode, so like I said, it was an extremely busy week it's going to be over this week, and even for the next couple weeks on top of that, but it's only going to be very exciting as we see just what exactly is going to be planned for Medarot Day 2025. That being said, if you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page, or the Metabots Forever community that I do also run and manage over almost 52,000 members and climbing. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and in the comments below to keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new links to merchandise, fan art, contests, my weekly episodes, or anything else of the like. That is the first place you will hear it before it goes anywhere else on the net. And, like I said, you can reach out to me on any of my socials, such as Twitter, Blue Sky, or Discord at Isagami Kura. So if you'd like to commission me, talk to me, or if you'd like to possibly even collaborate with me, which is you either sticking around here at the MNN for a guest host, or me stopping in on your channel for a friendly chat, I would always love to coordinate with you. Lastly, but most certainly not least, I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Emeraldo again, because his 2.0 model debut is coming this Friday, the 14th of November at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there, folks. This guy is I've been keep helping him coordinate and put all this together for his debut. He is positively jumping at the bit, wanting to show off his new model to you guys and get a chance to kind of formally reintroduce and re-debut himself, not only with a Q&A that he's been working on over the last several weeks, but also with a debut party alongside a handful of friends. I personally will be there as well, present to support my buddy, and I will be expecting, I'm not going to suggest, I'm going to be expecting you all to be there to support him as well in this time. Be there, support him, and tell him that your old pal Kura sent you his way. That being said, once again, I appreciate everything that you all have, and thank you so much for stopping in, just as you always do. And until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.